the Wolf King's Bite. Let's go, boys. First lair map already, a Wolf King's Bite. There we go. Easy clap, easy money, dude. Oh! Magic Finding. Please be 20 quantity. Oh! Hello, Exalted Orb. Number 2 today. Hey! Exalted Orb number 3 today. Hello, sir. How you doing, my man? What is the landing? A beachhead map. Hey, is this a new div card? Never seen that one. Abundant wealth. There we go, boys. The swing sounds left and right. Earned Blight helmet microtransaction, complete unique map. So we have now what, 16, 12. There we go. Blight helmet. Let's take a look at the Blight helmet later. Let's take a look at the Blight helmet, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. What the fuck is this shit? What is this? Dude, I'm a disco ball now. Look. I'm a freaking disco ball now. Look how it's bouncing. It looks like my balls, dude. I didn't say that, but still. Hey, that has to be undisputed. The undisputed worst Helm MTX ever in existence. Okay, 200 IQ, 200 IQ play. Let's check this one. So, 200 IQ play. %, Culling Strike. Let's go. 20% Culling Strike. Easy clap, dude! No, easy clap, dude! 200 IQ, 200 IQ. You gotta make use out of that Slayer shit, right? Uh-huh. Oh, Exalted Orb number 4 today. Hey, I like this. This game is cool. Just 4 Exalted Orbs plus the Goldworm boots. Feels good. Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. So, day number 5 is, through Blight League day 5, and we made some pretty neat progress today. So, my Atlas is currently at 135 of 159. That means we're having 24 maps missing. Most of that is just high tier. So we cleared up today from, all white tier maps done, all mid tier maps are done, all 11 and 12 are done. So tomorrow we're going to go for tier 13, 14, 15, Guardians, and Shaper. So by the end of tomorrow, I want to have the Atlas fully cleared, okay? So this is the aim for tomorrow. So yesterday, or at least like today, we had some pretty nice drops. I dropped 4 Exalted Orbs today. And I found some Goldworm boots that I also could sell for 1.5 Exalt. So some very nice currency gain here. I didn't sell any other like jewelers, fusings, sextants, or anything like that. I could convert all of that into chaos as well. But yeah, From the gearing process here, as I said yesterday on the video, I switched from the Tornado Shot Impale into the Ice Shot, and I'm still like surprised how fun this is actually to play. It's a very nice clearing skill. The boss damage now on a double 5 link is also very respectable, but I did some changes here. And that was, I switched away from the Drill Neck to a Void Fletcher. So what Void Fletcher is doing, besides giving me a bunch of cold damage, since this is a cold damage-based build, I have 100% fist to cold conversion through the Ice Shot and also through the Winter Spirit and Weapon cold damage. The nice thing on this one is, if we are just going over into the Act 9 real quick for the showcase on what this is doing, this basically stores up a Void projectile, right? A Void Shot. You see that when I'm shooting here, you see this one here, right? This weird Void Shot here that is just exploding here, right? Based on where my mouse is. So the thing is, there are builds that are 100% focusing on the Void Fletcher, which are going Dead Eye, which go for Dying Sun. This is something I would like to add up here as well, but I still haven't really upgraded my flasks more or less, because the more projectiles you have, the more of these Void Shots you're going to have, right? And if you have, like, let's say a Dying Sunlit, 2 additional projectile, the Death Opus that I was having before was another 2 additional projectiles. So with one shot, you can have like 5 of these Void shots here, right? And these are doing a shitload of damage. The good thing is you're storing up 5 of that, right? So every time I'm using a skill, I'm just like, yeah, not even going to 0 or almost going to 0. But if I use Barrage, my single target setup, you're just unloading all 5 of them at once. And this is a massive, massive DPS boost. So every 0.5 seconds you gain one of those Void Charges. The other thing that I switched, and this is something I would not recommend doing as a non-slayer, because I'm having a Hope Shredder. So this is a frost, or at least like cold damage based build, and this gives you a lot of cold damage. Then what else do we have here? Attack damage, leeches life, movement speed, and so on. But per Frenzy Charge, I'm using 6 of those. So 3 is normal, then I have here Frenzy Charge, here Frenzy Charge, and on the top side of Frenzy Charge. So the more Frenzy Charges that I have, the more damage I will get, right? And I'll do, obviously. But here it says 200 cold damage taken per second per Frenzy Charge while moving. So once you're killing off stuff and you're actually getting Frenzy Charges, here I'm having 2, makes it 6 now, right? So let's wait until my Overleech is through, and then you will see once I'm moving, I'm losing a lot of life. I can barely sustain. No, actually, I cannot even sustain it with a running health flask here, right? So that's why I'm saying, once you have the Overleech going, right, from the Slayer Ascendancy, you can just have everything on Blood Rage. You're just sustaining through it, and it just gives you a shitload of damage. Currently having like 200,000 damage here on this one, right? So yeah, I know it's a Blood Aqueduct, and yes, I know I'm wearing a Headhunter and blah blah blah. I know that shit, but in the end, it's just this is not a build guide, okay? I just want to give you my upgrades that I made on this build here. So as I said, Void Fletcher is something I can definitely recommend. It's a lot of boss DPS once you gather those Void projectiles, and once you barrage it, you unload every single one, and this is just a huge burst damage. And I'm melting bosses on the current progress here, but it's map bosses. We're gonna see how it will be tomorrow on the Guardian maps, or basically when you watch this video, it's going to be today, right? So if you want to check this one out, twitch.tv/mbXtreme. So what else did I change in the build? Nothing, actually. Still the same Carnage Heart, my pretty shit rare items are not even res kept yet, so I'm missing a little bit of cold resistance, but that's not a big deal. As I said, the tweaks that I did was adding the Void Fletcher here for the more damage and single target, the Hope Shredder, because I can allow myself to wear one just because of the Slayer Overlage that we have here. But I would recommend, if you want to do an Ice Shot build, I would probably go the new Raider or Dead Eye for the additional projectiles, all the accuracy, what you get, you know. I just personally capped on with the Slayer because I was I don't want to level up a new character. I already leveled up the Assassin and now the Slayer. It was an alley hit, then it was a Tornado Shot, now it's an Ice Shot. It's just like quality of life to have that Overleech, and I'm probably not gonna go away with this one. The rest is pretty much still the same. I'm currently level 91, so we are progressing all over the place. It's Salt, D&D. Always forget this when I record a video. So, yeah, The rest pretty much the same. Ice Shot, Edit Cold, Mirage Archer, Greater Multiple, and LE damage with attacks. I used to run Chain support, right? But since the Void Fletcher will give arrows, Pierce, an additional target, Pierce and Chain is not a good combination, okay? So the thing is, once it hits the target, it will chain away, right? This is why you want to use Chain here, right? For the additional clear. But once you have Pierce, so it pierces through the first enemy and hits the second, and then it chains from the second. But what if there is no enemy behind? You don't have the chain. And that's why I replaced the chain with the, what was it? With the Added Cold, I think, because before that I was using GMP. With the Death Opus that gives me 2 additional projectiles, I was not running GMP. That is the thing. And now I'm getting in the GMP and switched away the chain support just because of the Void Fletcher, because of the additional penetration. It still clears pretty well, and yeah, I think it's all in all, it's just a very good build. As I said, I'm having not a high life pool, 3,500 is literally nothing. I do still have the phase acrobatics, which gives me another layer of defense, but as I said, it's league start and I'm running a double 5 link, but at the moment, at this state, we're currently at tier 13 on in the process here, and I'm not having any kind of problems, really not. So I also did Blight maps here, was actually quite enjoyable. The problem is the loot is shit. So what I would recommend at the moment is just keep up your Blight maps. I heard that they're going to buff the loot table of the Blighted maps, so on a sooner patch they will just buff the drops, right? So I would say if you have Blighted maps, just put them away in a different stash, and once the buff the patch hits where they buff the loot, then you can run those and will be probably more profitable than this one. Yeah, that's the current progress. As I said, probably tomorrow I'm going to finish this series, hopefully, with finishing 159 of 159 with Shaper down, so I can then start towards the Uber Elder, getting my memory fragments done, and so on. So this is the big quest for today. The problem is the higher map tiers you get, the more expensive it will get. I'm also missing some unique maps at the moment. Dorianis goes for like 40 or 50 chaos or even more. And the Putrid Cloister is also a pretty expensive thing to buy. I mean, I could afford it, but I'm still struggling. Should I just keep my Exalts until they get more expensive and sell them? Should I just convert them into chaos, finish off the last maps, or invest into a 6 link? At the moment, I don't think I need it. So we're gonna see once I hit the Guardians how my damage is, how my survivability is. I think the best way to do is just take a couple of chaos in my hand and just upgrade my rare items, because they're really not good, right? So there is a lot of improvements just in the amulet, double rings, gloves and boots, where I can just simply upgrade my gear. Also, Devotus is probably not the best choice. I mean, it gives me movement speed, and this is good for mapping, and I do map a lot at the moment. Obviously, I'm progressing through the Atlas, I do delves and so on, so that's pretty insane here. But in the other hand, Devotus doesn't give me any life and no resistance besides the chaos resistance, so it should be way easier to gather all these good things here. So yeah, I think that's it for the update today. Very successful day, a lot of progress done, a lot of currency farms. I think I did like 10 exalts just by today, since I spent a lot with buying the last yellow tier maps, some high tier maps, and yeah, stuff like that. So I guess like I would say 8 to 10 exalts that I just farmed up today just with mapping, with delve, and doing this rotations with Sana and so on. So make sure, if you're having troubles here completing your Atlas because you're missing maps, go in the Delve. Go in the Delve and check for these Delve cities. So where is Nico? So I can show you that one. If you're new to the Delve. So this is a Delve city, for example, right? I'm always going for Delve cities because they have, I think I do, you know what? Let's just run one of these, let's run one of these Delve cities so you see. I think today when I capped my Delve, my Sulfite here, I just seeked for two of those Delve cities, and I think I got like 30 or 40 maps out of those, a bunch of yellow tiers and low tiers to finish off the Atlas completion here, because I'm currently at Delve 94. So at a higher stage here, at level probably 200 or so, it will drop high tier maps, and also in later stages it will also drop Guardian maps, and this will essentially help my my map pool in going for those Uber Elder carries, or at least like Uber Elder runs, to see if I can, yeah, make some nice profit out of there. Those Delve Cities are pretty nice as well with this build. Nothing too special, actually. You're just gonna run in here and just kill stuff away. And then once the light is up, you're just gonna run through. The clear is actually pretty nice. And I hope that I get some maps now so you can see, actually, because like you're getting a lot of maps out of those, but there sometimes is one of these cities where you actually not get any maps here. Also got an Exile drop. My first Exile drop last league was one in those Delve cities, so it's a very nice place to get some nice loot out of there. So I would definitely recommend seeking those in your Delve, in your mine, and going for those. So do we get any? Here are some maps. There is just 4 maps just in one Delve city, and if you can imagine, if you're running like 20 of those, you're getting a bunch of maps, and this will certainly help you without buying too many maps from the PoE trade, because PoE trade map buying sucks. So if you're buying a lot of maps, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's just, it sucks so hard. You have to whisper like at least 15 different people to buy one map. And if you plan to buy like 20 maps because you need them for your progression, you're gonna sit here an hour just trying to buy maps, you know. It just sucks. But this is the tips that I can give you for your Atlas completion. And yeah, hopefully it turns out well tomorrow and I can do the rest of the stuff, and also my first shaper of this league, and then Atlas clear, and then we can move on. And then I can finally bring you a full build guide on this build once I upgrade some items, because it's at the moment, as I said, double 5 link damage is super nice. And yeah, so thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow.